Yes, he says whiskey and lace. Because I think you're gonna have to talk me through this again. Because I remember
all he does is talk. The guy with the beard. He just won't shut up.
He won't shut up. He won't leave. I'm trying to get him out of here.
I got nowhere to go. I'm homeless.
This is your couch now. Whiskey and Lace was an idea. Let me guess. As you thought of a little old band from Texas, but you saw like a little bar in Texas, and that'd be another nice ideal place to go to, right?
Yeah, and like ZZ Top, obviously, you'd imagine them. Imagine if you had what's the most free feeling you could have? Well, being on a motorbike, right?
Is that a lyric in there?
Yeah, I'm on my bike.
I was gonna get. Oh, I'm gonna ride my motorcycle. That's right.
I'm gonna take a ride.
That's it. Yeah, that's right.
I'm going down to Texas. I'm gonna take a ride.
Yeah. So let's be honest. It's a complete rip off of basically ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And it's a 12-bar blues kind of a thing, is it?
Yeah, and you're going to a bar on your motorbike, and it doesn't even matter if it's raining. You're free. You're riding. You're going to a place called Whiskey and Lace.
Yeah.
Right? And the Whiskey and Lace is a place where everybody knows everybody and they have a great time, and there's a blues band playing, and they got the harmonica, and they got everything, and they got slide guitar, and they got all the happiness that you get when you're sitting in a place like that. Yeah. And then you just get on your bike and you're just going for a ride. And that's and it's as simple as that. That's it.
Yeah. And the riff's quite simple. I need to play a little bit of it because it's been so long since we've marked it. I can't even remember. I think we did. Yeah, I think it's coming back to me again. But it's no. That's it.
Yeah. And then you set it up like, and then the next change. Texas, I'm gonna take a ride.
And then it's the that's right. I can't remember. I think we just do a big crash bang finish.
Yeah.
That might be the where we recorded the woo. Yeah. That's right. I do remember that now.
What's that other song that starts and it goes? I know what it is. That's another segment. There's another song coming.
What's that one again?
You're not bloody listening.
Oh, rock and roll won't pay the bills.
Rock and roll won't pay the bills. That's from my father, Alan, who's a pommy. He talks like that. He goes, ain't you bloody talking about like that? The bloody rock and roll won't pay the bills. And then we recorded that, and then you wrote this song.
We'll just combine the videos. So we're Whiskey and Lace, because both of them we haven't, like, Whiskey and Lace is pretty much done, but no. Well, I wanted to re-record it. Remember, because we did it live.
We have to record.
It's not click tracks. Remember, so that annoyed me. So I'm going to do a demo for that. We'll do that. But Rock and Roll Won't Pay the Bills. I've got the riff there. I haven't put that down either. We haven't figured that out, but
that's got to be a real good one.
That's right, because that's another I need to muck around with a little bit, because I think that's in B. I've got that on the cap over there because I've mucked with the riff because I think the way I was playing originally I didn't really like. No. Need to remember that later.
That's it.
Rock and roll won't pay the bills. Yeah, rock and roll won't pay the bills. Yeah, and then I haven't figured out bits and pieces from there.
But it's a rock. It's just a straightforward.
It's another straightforward rock song, and I thought there was a song by the Darkness called $1 Million Strong. That's the B-side, and it has Justin Hawkins going, Mum, Dad, I don't want you to worry about money. You can't take it with you when you go, because I'll fucking have it. And then it kicks into a riff. And I remember telling you that same reaction. They said, I've got to go, rock and roll won't pay the bills.
When you hear that was just one take, because I was just thinking about, oh man. And he wouldn't say that, Alan. He wouldn't say that. I just meant to do it with his voice. You're not bloody listening. Rock and roll won't pay the bills.
I might actually edit this one and I'll chuck that in there. That was a clip because it's hilarious. And then, that one we're going to work because I think we jammed it out. I might have a recording of us jamming it.
Yeah. But that'd be we ever put this on a record, that'd be the last one on the song and the record, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah,
because it's cool.
Because we talked about doing maybe a song that's like with like what is it? Ain't no fun waiting around to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
So it's either that one or Lamborghini. Is that our version of it? I guess in a way. But yeah, Whiskey and Lace. That riff I came up with. I actually don't. If I'm honest with you, I don't think I really like the riff, and I don't really. But it's sort of like the way we approached that song was just like, who cares? We just chuck it together.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, I'm going to do it that way anyway because I kind of like that attitude. It's just like, throw it together, get it out there.
Yeah,
it's a fun little song.
It doesn't go for very long anyway.
No,
so.
it's like a 2-minute 30 song. It's not not much. So I think I was going to do slide. You're thinking I'd do slide for just do a bit of that because that's one area I'm weak. I don't play a lot of slides, so I want to get good at that, and I'll just do it for that song. So we got that because we did the original recording. We did live drums, but as I've learned, as I've learned, you can't put it together without a click track.
No,
I need that timed up so I can do it. And then we recorded your vocals. I've still got the vocals through that shitty mic.
Oh, right.
And I think it's not bad. I think we're going to use it.
I hate my voice.
No, I love it. I actually like it for that song. I like a song. Vocals. That'll do like it for some of the backing stuff that we've got. Lamborghini, what you're doing backing vocals for. Proper backing vocals.
Well, that's easy to sing.
Not just like you'll kind of be maybe almost double.
Yeah.
But yeah, I reckon I like the way you've done Whiskey and Lace, so I think we'll use your vocals. I don't know if the recording was great. That's the thing, the quality.
We could do it again.
So we might just do it again.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that'll be a bit further down the track.
Well, in that room I've got, that room's dead.
Yeah.
Is that the room? Yeah.
Yeah. It's not as dead as you think. I remember.
No, but Adam puts a.
Yeah, I was going to say because I did the scratch vocals for Dirty Daisy and it's quite.
I got that big screen. Remember that big? It's against the left wall there.
Yep.
That big soundproof thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that
could help.
It's sucking up all the sound.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, sorry. It's probably different now.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot more stuff in there.
Gotcha. Yeah. I guess the other one to talk about briefly that we haven't.
Musical.
Yeah. Song. Yeah. Musical. We're doing a musical. No. Red Mist. So we're probably not going to move forward with that. I might mix that later, somewhere way down the track. But Red Mist is a riff. I actually really like the riff and I like what we've done, but I don't think it's really the sound of the band, if you know what I mean. Like if I'm thinking of us with a rock and roll record, it might be a little bit different. Maybe we can chuck it on something like that. Maybe it's just a single we release at some point, but I've decided to abandon that one because I'm like, it doesn't fit with everything else we're doing. It almost sounds...
Yeah, that's okay.
It sounds a bit, I don't know, if you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's this one of like, I'm just going to leave that for a bit.
Yeah, just leave it for a bit. There's a lot of stuff there, and then there's the Red Rumble, and then we've got the instrumental.
Which is, we're calling Hopgood's Road.
Hopgood's Road.
We were going to call it Cars That Ate Paris, but I think we're going to leave that for another song, right? We'll do another...
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got, and then Special was another one.
Yeah, but that was also...
I can't remember where we were.
I don't think it was...
I have to go back and listen to it because I can't remember where we got to on that one.
No, I can't.
I'm pretty sure we've got the drums for it.
I think we did, but it doesn't matter. We're on the vibe now of what we're doing now, so we come back to it, we go, okay, I understand.
And we're almost at 10 songs, aren't we, for the record? Like, we're basically ready to... Yeah. So that's going to be the next thing to talk about at some point. Once we get all these songs out there, I'm probably going to start looking at how much it costs to actually get an album made. Like, go speak to a producer or at least a mixing engineer if we want to keep the songs the same, or we go and get a producer and get them redone and we do them again. Because
I reckon there's a lot of options. It depends on money. Yeah,
or I just do it myself, but we both know that I'm not that good enough at this stage.
You can get you can get deals with producers in Melbourne and just say, okay, well, I really love. They wouldn't do it unless they liked it. I really like these songs. I'll make them a bit better. You know.
Yeah, that's
fiddle around with them, make them, or just an engineer to help push it up harder. But they sounded pretty good to me. Yeah, you know, and it all costs money.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's the reason why we're doing it, and that's the reason why mine won't. I'm pretty happy with them if I'm honest, but they're not. I think I want to said to you a while back, because I said I'm looking for like the Melbourne bands that I listen to, their records, because they're not world class, but I think it's solid.
You're getting close to that, no problem at all.
That's if I listen to one of theirs, listen to mine, it's getting close. It's not quite there, but it's still. If I can reach that level, I'm happy. That's me done. Like,
you're getting this rock and roll radio. It's getting pretty high up there now.
Yeah,
you know? The drum solo is easy. That's just me and you making everything sound loud. on the drums, and then you're just going to whack in some guitars halfway through it. That's the
I
Red
think we
Rumble.
can have so much fun with that.
Ah,
like that's because
huge.
it's great. But I can just see us doing like a lot of little panning stuff. Like, that sort of stuff.
Well, that Octoband thing. This is another song.
Red's Rumble.
It's called Red's Rumble, but I've got 3 different rhythms playing on top of each other, but they come in different segments, different timings, different time of the song.
You talk to them. I'm going to get a drink of water.
The first one's a gong drum floor tom thing that starts off on that side of the kit. And then after a few bars, I do the octobands. I've got these long cylinders and a piccolo snare drum, so that goes over the top of that after a few bars. Then after a few more bars, I got this snare drum thing just by itself. It's hard to explain, but the 3 rhythms overlap each other, but they all go. It's all on a click, so it's all been clicked up. So it's all with a metronome, and the snare drum holds that together. But around it and behind it is a huge amount of percussion. Everything I had in the room, I just recorded. The conga drums. There's an Indian metal drum. There's shakers, wood blocks, cowbells, tambourines.
What's that one that did it?
Yeah, I don't even know what that's called.
Yeah, what's
I
that
can't remember
called?
what it's called. But,
It's a metal rod with a little. It's almost like a cowbell, wooden cowbell on it.
and so that is going to be halfway through that song when the 3rd rhythm comes in on the snare drum. That's when the guitar comes in and plays a riff through the rest of it, and that'll be it.
He surprised that on me, by the way. I thought it was just going to be all drums. He's like, I want you to do some guitars. Oh, do I have to?
No,
Have to.
it makes it. It just gives it something a little bit to bite into at the end of it.
And what do you say? What was the inspiration? Because there's a Van Halen song, wasn't there?
Well, no, there was the first rhythm is from my mum, who is not with us anymore, but she was an incredible musician lover. She loved music. She was a dancer. She was a singer. She had the best voice you've ever heard, and she just loved music. And so she was English, so she had a great stereo. And when I was a little kid, the first thing I ever really heard on her stereo that was fantastic was a song called Night Flight to Venus by Boney M.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And it starts with these drums, and when I was a little kid, I went into this daze, and she had on full bore.
Yeah.
And it's like a little bit of a phasing sound on it anyway, but it comes originally, this rhythm, from an old thing I think my father played me, or my mum might have had it, but it was called Dancing with the Devil, right? And it's a... And then over the years, drummers have done it, and I think Cozzy Powell made it really famous, and he called it Dancing with the Devil, I think. And then this is before him was I think Boney M was before him, or he was a long time ago. But anyway, so I started playing that on something. I thought, no, I don't want to do that, because it's the same as theirs, and I've heard it so many times, I'm kind of sick of it, So I started doing this thing on the 3 toms, the 16-inch, the 18-inch, and the 20-inch gong drum. And I started doing this rhythm with the bass drum going on 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the first rhythm, and that holds that. I had to play that, I think, for 3.5 minutes without. That's really hard. You think, oh my God, you get halfway through it, you go, what am I going to have for lunch today?
Mine starts wondering.
Oh, I've got some cheese and tomatoes. Yeah. Oh, blast that! So anyway, I had to just do that, and then over the top of that is this octoband thing, which is just a nice.
Sounds so cool.
Cylinder sound.
We recorded. We had the
underneath. Perfect.
It's
perfect.
Does it dong?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I can't even explain
so
the
good,
sound.
Yeah.
And then I really love Ballroom Blitz by the Sweet. But I thought, well, I don't want to, obviously rip off that. But I got inspired by them, and also Baby Please Don't Go by AC/DC, and it's just this. And then when that comes in, because Ballroom Blitz is a little bit different, like that. But anyway, I did a simpler version of that because I really love that.
Yeah.
That snare drum on that band was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Sweet. Jeez, what a band.
Yeah.
And then, so I grabbed that, I think, and then people say, well, make sure it's not the same because you get copyright. It's not the same as that. I haven't even got the bass drum in there. So when you put all those together, and every time a different drum rhythm comes on, it stays there.
Yep.
But every time a different rhythm comes on, there's a bit more percussion coming in.
Yeah.
I recorded all that percussion.
Yeah.
So there's conga drums coming in.
Yeah, we've got heaps in there.
And I can't play congas, but I did a pretty good version of that. And then at the end of it, it just trails out into sort of like a fade out. And then I've got this little drum. It's a metal drum. I think it's called a tongue drum because all the little metal bits on it look like a tongue. And then there's a tune on that, and
it's in a key, right?
It's in a key.
Notes,
The notes, and I'm playing this notes on it, and it sounds really weird. It's like bells going.
Yeah, it's
and then
cool sound.
that goes out on that. So all the drums and everything get faded away, and it just ends on that little bit. That's really weird.
Yeah.
And with a little bit of delay or a little bit of reverb on that bit at the end, and then it just
sounds
ends.
great. I think I told you, but I'll say it again for the video. It was about a week after I recorded that, my sister sent me a video on that little tongue drum, whatever it was. I'm like, you wouldn't believe this. Like, she's like, how cool is this? I'm like, we just recorded.
Can you believe it?
We recorded
Really?
something last week, and I showed her the one I sent you, the raw file. She's like, oh, that's really cool. Like, yeah,
That's amazing, isn't it?
So
I got that in Queensland. I just, I don't know why.
percussion
I
stuff's fun.
find this real weird percussion. Like, I wouldn't mind that. What do you want that for? I don't know.
It's cool. Yeah. Well, I did that with the I used to have some stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I had, but yeah, it's just fun playing with instruments like that. But anyway, that's a bunch of the other songs.
That's that.
All right.